want to not, they're in, what are you, 14, Devin?
15.
15? Yeah, it helps. Anyway, so, Wish Upon a Star. The reason that we wanted to do that song today is yesterday, about mid-afternoon, was the new moon of Aries. And you know how I love to talk about the energies of what's going on in the stars every month. Especially the month of April, because it is the beginning of the astrological, energetic new year. And what I love to avail myself of, and I love to allow you to know about, is the fact that it is a time of new beginnings. It is a time of making your vision boards. It is a time of visioning what it is you want to magnetize into your life. During this time, it is literally a time of the ultimate freedom, as it said in the Unity message today, as it said in the Daily Word. What is the ultimate freedom? To be able to imagine and then act upon that wish, that desire. We are in such a wonderful time of humanity that whatever we wish for, whatever we believe in, we can then have it because we have the ability to manifest it. Now, there's a caveat to this, isn't there? If it is in the divine order of our soul purpose, if it is for the best and highest good of who we are and what we're here to achieve. You children that are here today, okay? You who are creating our future with us. We align ourselves with that idea of child mind because your unlimited potential is our unlimited potential. And when we align with that unlimited potential, we are one, always and forever. There is no past, as Jay was saying earlier today when he was doing our opening prayer. There is no past, there is no future. There is only now. So as we align with the now, that is the freedom. And I like to give you the tools that Master Jesus gave us and all the masters gave us from the beginning, the dawn of time. And what he did for us when he made that trip from Bethlehem to Calvary is he gave us these amazing tools. He showed us every step how we too can become masters. And what I love about what he said, and I don't think a lot of Christians understand what he recognized when he said, do as I do this. And he didn't say, and you'll be like me. He said, do this, and you can achieve even more than I have, because he understood we were continually evolving. He knew that 2,000 years ago was then. That was his present, where humanity was. He knew that humanity was going to continue to evolve. Because he knew the past was past, the future was the future, and he was giving his time there now. But because he was God made man, because he held that Christ energy for those 3 years of his physical ministry as the Christ, he knew in the future that there would be those of us that would have the ability to also hold a part of that energy within us. So he gave us tools. As I talked about last week, as we go towards Pentecost Sunday and opening ourselves to receive the gifts of the Spirit, how many gifts of the Spirit are there? 9 major ones. Who was here last Sunday?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
It's funny because I grew up Catholic and I remember there were 7 gifts of the Spirit. But there are, according to some of the Bible passages, some of them say 9, some of them say 7, some of them say 9. I quoted 9 last week. But as we prepare to receive those gifts of the Spirit, we want to remember that there is one that perhaps we will receive more of than others. And so as we... Go ahead. No.
Now I remember.
Oh, now you remember.
Talking to tongues and
Yeah. Okay. But see, that's the freedom. Because what gift of the Spirit would you like to prepare yourself to receive? I decided that I would like to prepare myself to receive more knowing. Okay? That gift of the Spirit, which is part of prophecy. That is what a spiritual leader needs to guide her congregation. So what do I do in order to receive that? What is that wish upon a star that I want to put out to the ethers this week, this day, for the 3 days of this new moon energy, as I start anew this year? Okay, what is that? What would I do? Well, first of all, I'm going to meditate more. Because that is the key to clearing my mind and being open to receive to the still small voice. And yes, I'm hot too. Would you be able to? I think Dwayne is better at that than any of us. And so, what would you want to do? What are the 9 gifts? There's healing, there's prophecy, there's speaking in tongues, which basically is understanding what everybody's saying, and having the words to have them understand you. Okay? Those, to me, are the big ones. So, what is it that you would like to allow into your life? Wishing upon a star. Look at your life today. Remember that ask and you shall receive. Ask what? Now guys, you got to work the program. You got to work that spiritual program. You can't, and you've heard me say this before, you can't get thin thighs by just signing up. You got to go do it. And that's what Jesus was telling us. The masters have always told us, you got to do it. You've got to think it. You've got to feel it. You've got to believe it. And then you've got to take your 2 little feet and go do it. What keeps us from doing it? What keeps us from doing it? We don't believe it. We don't believe it. When do you know you believe it? When do you know that you actually believe it? You feel it here. You're excited. I equate it to being 16 and going on a date. Waiting for him to come pick me up. I'm so excited. It's that anticipation that you know it. You know what it feels like when you know something, don't you? You know you shouldn't have turned right, and boy, you shouldn't have turned right. It's that first instinct, that aha moment, and then you talk yourself out of it, and boom, you think, oh, I could have had a V8. That is where you get the muscle built when you meditate. Those aha moments become stronger. They become clearer. So when you make this wish, now the new moon happened yesterday about 2:30ish, I think. So there's about 48 hours of real strong energy that you can go swim in and wash in it and visualize it. We're going to do a wonderful magnetizing meditation. So start to think about what is it that you would like to magnetize into your life. And then begin to focus on it. You know, there's 2 parts of meditation. One is creative visualization. And the other one is going into the silence and letting it cook, and percolate, and listening for the still small voice. One builds the muscle. One lets the muscle be. One is active and one is passive. You need them both in order to be connected to the mind of God. So that's why we do the kind of meditation we do here. Is I guide you along the path, and then I lead you somewhere, so that you can connect with your own guides and your own spirits, and that own stream to God, God mind. Because God had to think about us first before He created us. He had to think what we would be. You know, he experimented. That's where the legends come from, of the mermaids and the centaurs and the fairies, but the fairies still exist. And the gnomes and all of the Middle Earth people that, you know, Aragon used in his armies. Middle Earth. Where do you think those legends come from? Were they made up, or were they in our cellular memory of our past as we evolved into the beings we are today? King Arthur. Where do you think those were from? Another dimension? Another reality? Is it just our imagination? Or do they really mean something? Is there a message behind those? Anyone ever watched the series from Joseph Campbell, Hero with 1,000 Faces? That is it's the same way that Jesus taught us. The symbology of that is all of our hero's journey. Whenever we study those types of stories and mythologies, it is our story, our mythology. Why was Lord of the Rings so popular? Because we understood it as our journey. It's still popular. Why was Star Wars so popular? The Force be with you. My gosh, we are the Force. It is within us. And if we get angry, we misuse the Force. Right? There's a new Star Wars coming out. I'm so excited. And if you use it with love and gentleness, you are so powerful, and your lightsaber can accomplish whatever it is it is to accomplish. That is what the children know innately. Harry Potter. Think about our mythology of our time. It all recapitulates the mythology that Jesus wrought, as I said, from Bethlehem to Calvary. It's the same story with modern terms, using modern media, modern technology. It's the same story at its core. And all the time, we at a very core level, we at the base level of ourselves are being taught remembering who we are. Ye are gods. I think that's in the Bible, isn't it?